Hello, my name is Lainey Fitzpatrick. I heard that you all are aspiring pet owners. Now, this is a very exciting time for all of you, but it is a great responsibility to adopt a pet. And one of the biggest responsibilities is figuring out where to adopt this pet from. Now, some people want a pure breed or a puppy or a kitten, so they usually stray away from animal shelters because they think that they're usually filled with mixed breeds that are usually older. So they'll go to a puppy mill or a pure breeder. And I believe that people should adopt from animal shelters because it helps a good cause, unlike these businesses that are usually inhumane to their animals and do not keep good business practices. Some people usually want a pure breed because they've heard that they are healthier than the mixed breeds, and they usually have better quality of life. They usually hear this from people that have pure breeds or the breeders themselves. And it is important to keep in mind that breeders have a business and they need to maintain a business practice, which is selling you their product, which is a dog or a cat. And some of these pure breed animal breeders don't keep a good business practice. So by buying one of these animals, you're supporting a cause that is not just, unlike going to an animal shelter. And some people don't believe that animal shelters will have purebred dogs, but according to One Green Planet, the Humane Society estimates that 25% of dogs in shelters are purebred. So if you do your research and keep looking at animal shelters, you are sure to find a purebred somewhere. And another reason that people do not buy from animal shelters is because they want a puppy or a kitten, and they believe that most animal shelters do not have puppies or kittens, so they'll go to puppy mills or cat breeders as well. And this is not a good way to adopt a pet because some puppy mills are very inhumane. According to PAWS, which is a humane society as well, it states, in most states, these commercial breeding kennels can legally keep hundreds of dogs in cages their entire lives, for the sole purpose of continuously churning out puppies. So there are some dogs that are living inhumanely, not having the quality of life that they need. And if you don't buy their puppies, then they will just be caged up until they're old enough to have their own puppies. And this is inhumane. And when you buy from puppy mills, you are just keeping up the trend of their business practices. And that keeps them in business, and that keeps those puppies in cages. And the cycle just continues. But there are animal shelters that do not keep these humane practices. You can be sure to find puppies or kittens at your local animal shelters. Many shelters have moved online so that you can look at your Many of these animal shelters have moved online so that you can look at their selection of dogs and cats from the comfort of your own home. There are even some apps, such as Pet Finder, that make it really easy to find animals in your area in local shelters that really need a home. For example, around here in Pekin, there's an animal shelter called TAPS, and they have a lot of puppies and kittens, and you can find them all on Pet Finder. And it states, and pause again, that only about 15% of people with a pet in the US adopted them from a shelter or rescue group, leaving so many deserving pets left behind. So because of these people that are buying from these breeders and puppy mills, They are leaving precious animals behind in animal shelters, and they deserve a chance for a good home as well. Animal shelters are usually funded by donations from the community or grants from the government. So that means that their funds are finite and they won't last forever. So if they have too many dogs or cats in their shelter, then there are some kill shelters that will euthanize their animals. And it states in the ASPCA, each year approximately 1.5 million shelter animals are euthanized, and that is 670,000 dogs and 860,000 cats. Now, if you adopt from these shelters, then you have potentially saved the life of an animal that would have been euthanized. And I think that is a big change that one person can make in an animal's life, helping them out and helping the shelter out by keeping the number of dogs and cats at a safe level so that they can further on to help animals in need instead of euthanizing. And most of the animals in these shelters are from the community, meaning that some are strays, some are animals that have been left behind by previous owners, especially the cats. According to the Humane Society, 80% of new kittens born each year are produced by the community. So that means that community cats, such as strays, have kittens, and then those kittens are brought in by people to the Humane Society. So by adopting a kitten or other strays from the Humane Society or other shelters, you're helping the community by taking away the strays and giving them a good home. In conclusion, it is better to adopt from an animal shelter or Humane Society because you will not only be helping an animal find a good home, but you will also be helping the community by keeping strays off the street and by helping your animal shelter thrive, unlike puppy mills and breeders who can sometimes have inhumane business practices and decrease the quality of life for their animals. So I hope you all found this helpful in finding a new addition into your household, and I hope that you find your furry friend for life. Thank you.